Okay, guys, so on today's episode, welcome to Hit Home, everyone. Leigh and I are going to be talking about why real estate is so sexy and the appeal to real estate and being in real estate and working in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it probably started out with like all of the shows on TV, like the HGTV network,
Yeah.
like the flipping shows and the decorating. And then I think that like the $1 million
listing.
yeah,
Mhm.
and selling Sunset took it to a whole different
It
level.
got so glamorized.
Right. Would you agree?
For sure. And I don't know how it got like why realtors are so. It's like they're almost sexualized,
Completely.
right?
100%.
And where did that come from? Because
Yeah.
it was just like so flashy. Like when you were like doing the shows, like they were just so flashy.
Yeah, and real estate has changed over the years too. Like
Yeah.
as far as the status that goes with being a realtor, driving an expensive car, having a right car,
Mhm.
looking a certain way, having certain clothes.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a huge burden to
Yeah.
take on. And I didn't really like, obviously I've seen, $1 million listings, selling Sunset and all of that, but prior to my career in real estate, I didn't really think about that side of it and the
No.
pressure that comes with that, to be able to, every day you're just on every day, and every realtor will say it. You don't really have a day where you're not on.
No, and there's definitely pressure. When getting into real estate, I actually had no clue it would be like this. Sometimes I think about if I knew it was going to be like this,
Yeah.
would I have chosen this career?
I
Because
know.
even having to be on social media and presenting a certain way and
Mhm.
having this certain lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a whole flex.
Yeah. And I mean, you hear it time and time again, sex sells.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is it selling?
Right.
Right? Because we both know that in real estate, you really do have to sell yourself.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's like, there's a very, very fine line that's walked.
Yeah, and I think a
all
lot
the
of
time.
people, I mean, listen, when we were setting up today and getting ready for the show, there are people I think that cross that line where I think it would
Yeah.
jeopardize their brand
Yeah.
and their integrity.
And how far is too far? And what kind of clientele are you attracting? And are they attracted to you for the right reasons?
But here's the thing, though. I don't even think that those people are thinking about those things. I don't think those people are thinking about their business. I think those people are thinking what their online presence looks like.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah, for sure. And which is a detriment to their business, because
I think so.
Yeah, where does there's already a bad rep about realtors in general.
Yeah.
And then you throw all of that in. And
yeah.
There's a very fine line between a realtor's Instagram and an OnlyFans. Like,
completely.
Honestly, there's a very, very fine line.
And like even myself, I like to show a lot of personal content, and my biggest thing is like I have my mom, I've got my family on there.
Yeah.
My nephews go on my page, and it's
Yeah.
like if I have to question the content that I'm putting out, one, it shouldn't be on my page, but two, it shouldn't be out there in the world, period.
Mhm.
Even if on a personal account.
Yeah.
So it amazes me at the content that people put out there, and I don't know if they're thinking about it. I don't know if it's strategic or not. It doesn't align with me, bottom line.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times too, what realtors put online, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because you do want to have a personal life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your personal life is so intermingled with your business life, because social media is so important to real estate.
Well, because there's so many of us. So you try to set yourself apart and humanize yourself.
Yeah. So, but how far is too far?
Right.
And then at the same time, how much are we kind of giving up?
Yeah.
In terms of even self-expression.
Right.
How much are we giving up for our business? And, even just what we talk about on the podcast. Like how far are we going?
I know,
far
and that's the thing,
too
right?
far?
Is because like you're trying to be relatable, and I think that people are using, your online presence with you, as a preface to meeting you and choosing and deciding if you're the realtor for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you are trying to humanize yourself and connect with people and be relatable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things, I guess you're going to have to decide if it's like, it's your tribe. or not, right? If they're your people or not.
But it also, especially for women, it can be a very dangerous industry to be in.
Oh, it's totally different for men.
So,
I hate to say it.
Yeah, and it is. And so when you're, and there's no judgment. It's not that I'm judging people, but when you do put yourself out there and you're maybe overly sexualized, and like it does put you at risk, because we're in the type of business where anyone can call you, and if you're not doing your due diligence before meeting this person, that is dangerous.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the biggest things in this industry, and it's not spoken about, is that there are a lot of things that go on that the general public does not know about. Yeah. That threatens our safety as females. Mm-hmm. When I got into the industry, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to have my headshot on my for sale sign and on my business card. Yeah. And the thing is, people don't remember names, but they remember faces. And I can't tell you how many times I've been somewhere and people will say, like, I know who you are, and I've never met them. Yeah. But they will have seen my picture somewhere or my face somewhere. Yeah. And I get it. But I also hate to say that I feel like only certain people are probably being targeted when these things are happening to these female realtors that aren't getting out.
And it's scary. Like, there have been a few times where I've had people that have crossed the line. Yeah. And you're put in a really, like, interesting, and it's kind of sad, but, like, you don't know, like, you obviously want business, but you draw a line because, it's your safety at risk.
And we're alone all the time. Unless you're like on a team or have a partner, you are alone in this business 99% of the time.
So I have like a system in place where I tell literally, like, I'll tell my husband, I'll tell,
and you can share your location on your phone.
Yeah. And I'll tell my mom, like, where I am. And if someone says something weird to me, I'll be like, this is what they said. Yeah. I'm going to be in and out in 10 minutes. If I don't call you in 10 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
SOS.
Like, yeah. And so there is a risk of being over-sexualized in the industry. Yeah. And I mean, on the other point, it is a very, like, sexy industry to be in.
Well, here's the thing, though. So, if we go back to Selling Sunset, I think that it does not conceptualize what the industry is truly about.
Not at all.
So, sure, I dress up. Sure, I wear heels. Not every day. There was a time I did wear heels every day, and I was known for that. I would never dress down. But goodness for the pandemic, because I think that we were able to be a lot more business casual, and it's been accepted now. Yeah. But aerating the grass with like 4 and 5 inch stilettos when you show a property is not realistic. Yeah. I've done it, okay, and it's not realistic. And the job is a lot of running around. Yeah. And using your body and maneuvering your body. So, wearing the things they wear on TV and the shoes on TV, you can't always do your job, like going into a crawl space.
And to be honest, like I've never seen a realtor show up the way that they show up on TV.
Really? There's people I'm thinking of.
Well, there's people that I'm thinking of, but I've never seen them actually do their job that way.
I've seen them yes,
post content that
totally
way.
Me too.
But I haven't seen them actually do their job that way. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I take that back.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting just because of the way that they present. Real estate is spontaneous. It's a lot of go, go, go. You're running around, like even putting out your open house signs and things like that. If it's raining, it's like your hair's going to get ruined. Like, you can't avoid putting out your directional signs and stuff like that. No. People don't realize that it's not this glitz and glam and always fun job. Is it fun? Sure, it can be. Can it be lighthearted? Absolutely. There's a lot of liability that comes with this job, though. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of late nights, early mornings, long hours, weird hours, and you're on 24/7. Like, you're working when the average person is not working and they're sleeping. Yeah. So I definitely think that it came from that. The other thing here that we had on our list too was like the money status. Like, I think a lot of people think that this business is get rich quick. They don't realize like the dues that you have to pay in the beginning. Yeah. And the time that you have to invest to kind of like get the boots on the ground and your feet off the ground.
Yeah, you need like a reserve, like a 6-month reserve at least.
100%.
To keep yourself afloat, because in the beginning I was actually in that position, and I didn't have that reserve.
And most people don't.
And it's not an easy business, and I've been very fortunate to have the business that I do have, but that I have now. But in the beginning, and no one really prepares you for it.
No, and you don't get deals right away. That's the thing,
No.
right? So I think I got my first deal, I don't know, it was within the first 6 months. I could give you
That's really good though.
So like
Because
I
a
started
lot of people
in February, and I want to say my first deal was like in August or September of the year. So
that's really good.
I think that's less than 6 months, right? March, April, May, June,
Yeah.
July. Yeah, so about 6 months.
Yeah.
But like that 6 months was marketing myself and doing open houses and sending a letter out to my sphere of influence and my network and business cards and setting everything up,
like getting your business together.
Yeah. And like you're still working every day, but I mean like my first deal that was on paper where I was waiting for that check to come in was in 6 months.
You didn't get paid for 6 months,
right? Basically. And I don't think people realize that when you're coming in, no one's feeding you leads.
No.
And you don't turn business right around. Even if you are well connected, it takes time for things to come together. So I just think people think that it's a get rich quick, and it's not. There's also a lot of fees that are associated with having a real estate license.
A lot more now,
exactly. And so you're paying out, and then when you have, say, listings, you're working on contingency. So you're paying out of pocket. It's not just your time.
No.
You're paying out of pocket for running around, listing photos, video, staging, gas, feature sheets.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the list goes on. And then if that house doesn't sell, not only are you not getting paid, but you're not even breaking even. Like you're in the negative.
No.
Because you've pulled out of your own wallet to invest in that property on contingency and hoping that you're going to turn a profit.
Yeah, there have been people that I've worked with for 3 or 4 years, and you know, I don't get paid until it closes, or after it closes, and people don't see that.
No.
And there are the off deals that do come together very quickly, and you work with these people for maybe a couple weeks.
But they offset the ones where you're working with a buyer for like a year and a half running around.
Yeah, and that's like an average. Right? And it depends on their motivation and all of that. So like it doesn't really having the media sexualize the industry is very like off-putting for people that enter the industry, and it's very deceiving, and there's no concept of reality there like whatsoever.
No. And I mean, let's just quickly talk about too the rate of realtors who get licensed. So it's 50%, unless it's changed. It was 50% of realtors leave the industry within 18 months of getting their license because it is not what they thought. It is totally different. It's much harder. The amount of legwork that needs to go into building your business. Yeah. And they leave, like, that's massive. 50% leave within 18 months.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me at all. It could even be more than that now.
For sure.
The way the market has changed and stuff. But that doesn't surprise me at all. Because they kind of, when you're in real estate school, they kind of just tell you a bunch of useless information for the most part.
Right.
The only useful thing, actually, it wasn't even that useful because I was already in admin before I started, so I knew all the forms. But the only actual useful class was one that was about how to use the forms, basically.
Yeah, because they don't teach you a lot of the practical stuff.
They don't teach you how to run your business.
No.
And that's a huge problem because it should be taught in the schooling so that you actually have something to expect.
And I don't know if the new curriculum is different at all. I know it's different from when we went.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I think that it all goes hand in hand. But you know, bottom line, it's an amazing industry.
It is, yeah. It's what you make it.
It's what you make it,
which is amazing.
I think it's really important that you field where you want to be, though, in the beginning. Like if you need someone who's going to train you. If you need someone like a broker who's going to be available if you have questions. Yeah. I think it's important that you choose a broker that aligns with the support that you need. Yeah. So that you're not part of that 50%. And I think that if you come from a place of like having a different value, like you can't come into this business wanting money. For me, it was like helping people. Yeah. And housing is one of the foundations of life. Like food and shelter are your foundations. So for me, it was like knowing that I came from nothing and being able to be part of someone's journey and help them put a roof over their head. It's helping people. Yeah. My motivation was never to get money. Let the money come and just help people.
And how lucky are we that like we're able to do something like this, right? But if your motivation is if it's underlying and it's greed, pretty hard to,
Absolutely.
so yeah.
So I think we've wrapped up all the bullets on that in regards to why we think real estate is so sexy. We'd obviously love to have your input. So if you're on any of our socials, if you're listening or watching this, drop us a line. Let us know if you think real estate is sexualized, and if it seems sexier and more glamorous than what it really is. Maybe you're in the business. Maybe you know someone who's in the business. But for now, we want to thank you for being here. And we hope that our experiences hit home with you. If you're thinking about being in real estate or getting into real estate, reach out to Lay and I. Lay and I will definitely chat with you. If you're local, we'll meet you for a coffee, and we can discuss maybe what it might look like for you to be in real estate, and we'd love to talk to you. So for now, thanks for being with us, and signing off, you've got your besties here, Nat and Lay.
Nat and Lai.
Bye, guys.